The sights and the sounds must all be engaged. All right, folks, I've got it's Wildwood Thursday. Wildwood Thursday, here I am. Oh, holy cow, be quiet, you. I'm going to just share this quick, and then we will converse about this glorious new Gil Paris model Reverend Guitar. My buddy Gil Paris, fabulous guitar player hailing from New York, New York. And this is a really cool guitar. He's had a signature with Reverend for a while, but this is a brand new iteration. And it features the Fishman Fluence single width pickups that I actually helped voice back in the day when they came out. And I love these pickups. I have them on my Strat. And this is a new S-style guitar from Reverend featuring these pickups. And it's with our buddy Gil Paris, a powerful warrior, guitar player extraordinaire. One of New York's finest, my buddy Gil Paris, and a hell of a nice fella as well. Plays the guitar like a rascal in heat, and is a nice fella. That doesn't happen all that often. No, I'm just kidding. I know a lot of nice guitar players. Some are a little needy, need a hug, or maybe a throat punch. No, I'm just kidding. How's it going out there, y'all? Look at this glorious instrument. What? Can you dig that action? This guitar is ready to be played out of the box. You can grab it, you can wail it, you can shake it, you can take it. It's good for you. As someone used to say back in the Koch residence when I was a wee lad, it puts hair on your chest. The guitar that puts hair on your chest. The new Gil Paris Reverend in Midnight Black, available in Pal Pharaoh, or roasted maple neck. Of course, it's going to have that Carina body, and matched up with these pickups, man, it sounds diggity doggone lish. No, like all the Fluence pickups, it has multiple voices. So this is the voice 1. Which is more like a 54 Strat pickup type of a thing. And if I pop the tone control up right here, kapow, you get voice 2. Yeah, and it's got Mr. Wiggles on it, so you can engage and speed it. It's a Wilkinson tremolo system, and doggone it, you can treat it like a diggity doggone farm animal. It stays in pretty doggone well right out of the box. Right out of the diggity doggone box. These are indeed Fluence pickups. Oh, the Wilkinson Mr. Wiggles. Oh, I played that wrong. Whatever. It does have a battery. There is actually, they used the input jack from my signature set of Tele pickups from Fishman to do the input jack on this. So there's a little inside this cavity, or cavity, as some people like to say. Those people are fools. Anyway, there is a lithium-ion battery within this. And to power it up, let me get the little, can you see that, folks? I'm going to unplug that for a second right here. I'll use the cord as a pointer. Right there's a little mini USB input. You plug your little phone charger in there, folks. For an hour and a half charge, you get what? 300 diggity doggone hours of pure plugged-in chewing satisfaction. Can you dig it? And of course, there's 60 cycle hum free. You can add all the heat you want. You don't have to worry about going. And there are people who'll say, the noise is part of my sound. Oh, cool. Some people don't dig that. Just saying. If that works for you, let the good times rule. But if you're on a session, you're playing on someone's record, and they're paying you, and they go, hey, bro, can you get rid of that? And you go, no, it's part of my sound. They might say, here's an idea. Why don't you get out of here? Might happen. I'm just saying. Nice to have a guitar that doesn't make any noise, but sounds good. That's all I'm saying. I just like that sound. It sounds good. It's got a mellow attack. It's got the quack, but a mellow attack. It's got the quack, say what? But a mellow attack. Well, listen to that. Listen to that little jam. Oh, maybe I'll use my little Mr. MXR clone looper. I like the clone looper. It sounds good. And I can engage in spirited fun craft. Ooh, I did it! Hooray me! Sometimes it's hard to hit that thing on time. behind no hands. Oh, that was kind of a supernatural experience, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, Mr. Clumsy Foot, that's me. Not only am I Mr. Jammy Pants, Captain Jammy Pants, if you will, in the morning time, but sometimes I'm Mr. Mr. Clubfoot when it comes to hitting the doggone clone looper, the record. You hit the record, and then sometimes I hit it again, and it starts looping on top of the jam. You know why? Because I'm a little... Sometimes I got a case of the slews. But that's all right. You can understand what's happening, right? Can you dig it? So if I want to create a new loop, I just go like so, and go like that. There you go. When I do the loop, I use... Oh, look at that. That's not framed very well. Oh, Drade, what are you doing? It's just a carnival. A carnival of sludge right now. I thought, what is this, a receipt? What else do we want here? Maybe some snacks. Maybe some snack residue. Oh, it's just a poop show. I'm going to go back over here. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, people. All right, let's see what else. Oh, you know, I like to do Mr. Quacksworthy on this. Oh, ba-da-da-do-ba-da, bump, bump. Can you dig it? The power of the Gil Paris Reverend guitar. Available in Midnight Black with the Pal Farrow fingerboard or the roasted maple board. They now have them at Wildwood Guitars as we speak. And I think they're 15 hundo. Is that what I'm to understando? There's a link on the description of this video on whatever format you're watching it on that you can click and be transported magically via the wonders of the inner Google to the Wildwood Guitars website, where it'll take your soul and go, oh, is that yours? Delicious. And that's not a bad way to go. If I may be so bold. Yeah, my $15.99, says Gary. Thanks, Gary Simmons, for the information. Thanks, Gary. I'll tell you what, it sounds great. Intonation is good. Ooh. Ooh. Magical chord. Ooh. She's walking through the clouds. She must be a paranormal being with a circus mind that's running wild. Crazy situation there, ladies and gentlemen. Fly on, little wing. Doggone it. I got the sniffs today. Got a little sniffles are coming on strong. You know what? To get a guitar right out of the box that I can use Mr. Wiggles with absolute impunity and have it stay in tune and have these pickups on it, folks, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm understanding what I'm saying, and I'm doodle doodle doodle. It's a fantastic instrument. How's that go? That's a majestic tone right there. I like it. I'll take 3. I'll take them right now. I'll take a 3. Now, there is a little filter on here on the second. I don't know. They didn't put that. I didn't think it needed it anyways. The Fluence pickups, you can choose the notch filter on them. And I always keep them the way they are. Gil Paris is a demon seed. I see you out there, Gil, you rascal. Congratulations on a glorious instrument. It is a glorious device. Someone asked about the Fluence pickups if they will not mask the sound of whatever guitar they're in. They sound like whatever guitar they're in. Meaning, I've got a bunch of different guitars with Fluence pickups, and they all sound a little different because the one thing I do know that's not different is the sound of the pickup. So it is the tone wood that is coming through on the individual guitars. Can you dig it? And will you dig it? And this one has the POW Faro fingerboard, and I gotta tell you, it sounds and feels magnifico. It has meat. Now the second voice of the pickups adds a little bit more meat. Let's pick this up here. A lot of changes in that song. Skin It Back, the old Little Feat tune. I can't believe Chick Corea died. What? That's insane. These are offered in Midnight Black. And with a POW Faro or with a roasted maple fingerboard. Comes, of course, with Mr. Charger for the pickups, which sounds so doggone good. Can you dig it? That is the harmonic vibrato in the amplifier, ladies and gentlemen. It gives it. This is the Gil Paris model. Dog on it, Michael. Can you dig it all? Will you dig it? Sounds good clean. Sounds good with some dirt. Sounds good with lots of dirt. It's a nice quackaroony right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got here. Oh. Come on now. You dig it? Mmm. Delicious. Delicious. Does a Vibro King have the Greg type harmonic vibrato? It does not. It does not. Yeah, Death of a Basement finish. You are correct, Cody. Well played, sir. Well, this guitar, someone's asking how this one compares to my blue custom shop Strat I've had forever. Well, that guitar is old. Although it has the same pickups in it. So we could compare them for the heck of it. So here's a... Add a little heat to this rascal. Rascal. It has the same doggone pickups in it, but it's an entirely different specimen. Ash body, maple neck. So that one is a master built ash body maple neck. Right? The ash is definitely brighter. But the point is, this is a $1,599 guitar. That's a $5,000 guitar. So put the same pickups in it. I think you understand that we are more than in the ballpark with this rascal. You know what I'm saying? Someone asked how to do the warble thing. So the way these guitars come set up from Reverend, it's ready to rock. And the whammy bar is floating in such a way where you just grab the, I just literally grab the whammy bar and flick it. This body is a Carina, roasted maple neck, and a Pal Faro fingerboard. Yes. Exactly. Pal Faro. 2-point trim. Yes, it is, I believe. Right? Whatever this Wilkinson is. It sounds damn good. So again, this is how it came from the factory, ready to rock, ready to be abused with Mr. Wiggles, the whammy bar. Jeff says, thanks, Greg. They both sound primo for sure. The Gill is available in a maple neck. That is correct, with a roasted maple board as well as his Pal Faro. And I would say that the regular maple board would make it a little snappier. A little bit. But I'll tell you what, it's a glorious instrument. Well, thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. Yeah, what's nice about this, folks, I play a lot of guitars out of the box, and I have to say that I literally, when I play my signature Reverend guitars, I play them as they come from the factory. I don't send them to somebody to set them up. I play them as they come from the factory. Because I'm not going to name any names, but I'm just saying that part of the glory of Reverend is that not only are the guitars conducive to the price range of most players, but they are also set up to be played by people that can play, which is always a good thing. Some of the major brands, they make great guitars, but maybe they don't necessarily spend as much time setting their guitars up from the factory because they have the luxury of having a legacy name that people get and say, oh, I'll just take it to my guy and set it up. Reverend, it comes ready to annihilate, which is awesome. And I hope that's always the case. Ken, let's make that always the case. Can you dig it? Thanks for suggesting the Warren Nunes book. Any other suggestions or book that you have liked or studied? Trying to think. Other than my books, of course. A book I studied out of in college was it's not quite as it's a little bit more heady in terms of how it's laid out, but it was called Guitar Lore by Dennis Sandoli. That's a good book. Mickey Baker's a good book, no question about it. But of course, all the glorious books from Hal Leonard that part of all the Jeff Schradel wrote a really good jazz book as part of the Hal Leonard guitar method. It's fantastic. I did the blues book. I did the country book. Yeah, all kinds of stuff available. Can you dig it? Chord Chemistry, that's a good book as well, absolutely. Has your personal taste for harmony changed over the years? Yeah, well, what's interesting is someone asked about Michael is asking about whether we have a taste for dissonance as we grow older. I found that my taste for dissonance came on relatively early. I find that I have a tendency not to get as out with at least the tunes I come up with these days. I try to keep them a little simpler. Just in terms of, they're just, sometimes they don't, I'm always thinking they need to be more complex than they need to be. At least that's what I used to do. And now I can keep things relatively simple and be like, you know what, sometimes it's good to have just a few chords and then you can add all the color to those chords through the melody and through improvisatory activities, as opposed to, I want to put in this wicked line here, and I want to put this other section in here, which of course I have no problem doing because I'm heavily caffeinated at all times. Coming up with strange jams is not really hard for Drade. But sometimes keeping it simps is the key. Plus, it's nice to have a few jam tunes that you create that are simpler, that when you go and you travel someplace, you're going to jam with some folks, you want to do one of your tunes, they don't have to you don't have to send the tunes beforehand and have them learn, this opus. Sometimes it's just good to have a simple template that you can add your majesty on top of. Can you dig it? Do you know what I'm saying? Doggone it. Oh, thank you, Pete. He's asking if I'm a fan of Larry Carlton or Walter Becker. Definitely a fan of Larry Carlton and Walter Becker. Now, I wasn't, I never really sat down and figured out a bunch of Steely Dan tunes. I enjoyed the Steely Dan tunes. I did go through a heavy Larry Carlton phase, though. Room 335, the Strikes Twice record. The one after that was Sleepwalk on it and whatnot. And that live record he had. Yeah, I did the deep dive on Larry Carlton. Not so much because I wanted to play exactly, just the vibe of it. Plus, I like that neck pickup tone on the 335. That was my jam for a long time. Is it too cold for iced tea? It's never too cold for iced tea. But you mean sweet tea? For instance, that's a blues tune. Sounds great on this guitar, by the way. I do like using the neck pickup quite a bit on a S-type guitar. And a long, kind of a avoided pickup on Strats, just because now that everyone has 5-way toggle switches, I usually go to 4 to 2 or 2 position. But the middle pickup all by itself has some balls to it, you know what I'm saying? I like that bridge floating, so I can just take my palm and give it a little wiggle. Delicious. Sounds delicious, you haul. Yes, just is Ray turned in late? Ray. I'm playing the Gil Paris, beautiful new signature model from our buddies at Reverend. This one with the Powell Faro fingerboard. It also comes in a roasted maple fingerboard. Delicious Carina body. It's got those Fishman Fluence single width pickups that I actually helped voice. It has two voices. First voice is kind of like a 54 Strat, and then when you pop up this push-pull pot on the tone control, it gives it a little hotter, almost like a Texas special. Texas. Sometimes when I say Texas, I like to say Texas, just because for fun. Just because for fun. Yeah, this is the thing, Gary. This is the way this guitar came set up. So you can see I'm just whamming with impunity, and the doggone thing is staying in tune pretty doggone well. Let's say much more so than most guitars right out of the box. You know what I'm saying? So I find that our friends at Reverend set the guitars up to be played by maniacal individuals. That's important. It's an oft ignored cross-section of the populace. The guitar annihilator, funny enough. Can you dig it? Sheboygan! There's a Sheboyganer out there. The Sheboygan brat. Thick, juicy, succulent, quarter pound of delicious Sheboygan bratwurst. That used to be on a loop at the Wisconsin State Fair. Every time you go by the Sheboygan brat stand, I'd have to hear that. The Sheboygan brat. Thick, juicy, succulent, a quarter pound of delicious Sheboygan bratwurst. I like them brats. They're delicious. Can you dig it? Oh, this is an excellent question. Ray says, Greg, I'm curious what you think of Dick Wagner and Steve Hunter playing on Rock and Roll Animal, one of my favorite records of all time, Ray. One of my favorite records of all time. And I got my Phase 45 set up to get that sound when I have it plugged into my rig. That's what I'm going for. Just delicious. Delicious activities. Delicious activity. White light growing, messing up my mind. Don't you know it's gonna make me go blind? That's the stuff right there. That is the stuff of rock music, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Someone says it's beautiful in Toledo today. Yeah, I can't believe that about Chick Corea. That's horrific. I have to call my buddy, poor Tom Breckline. My buddy Tom Breckline started off his career playing with Chick Corea, and his wife ran Chick's office, I think, until this very day. I think she stopped doing it for a while, then she started doing it again, but she ran kind of the business office of Chick, so I'm sure they're sad today. That's unfortunate. Ray says it's downright warm in Florida today. Well, I would hope so, Ray. I would hope that you get your money's worth when you live in Florida this time of year, that you can go like this to all your buddies who live up north and say, hey, it's warm down in Florida today. How's it going up there, buddies? Let me tell you, it's cold as hell right now. If hell's cold, we got that locked up right now here behind the cheddar curtain. Lots of snow, too. Lots of snow, lots of cold. Lots of snow, lots of cold. Sunny, 70s and sunny in Mesquite, Nevada. Well, thanks, Steve. Thanks for rubbing that in. I'm glad you're having a good old time out there in the desert. Who's taller, you or Buckethead? I don't know. I'm 6'7", so I don't know how tall old Buckethead is. Captain Senior Mouse is, I think, my favorite Chick Corea selection from the Return to Forever days. That's a great jam. Good times. It's freezing in New York, right, Michael? I'm sure it was, let's see, weather was negative 22 today. Yep, Mike, I understand. I understand the power. I can't believe how well this guitar is staying in tune. Does the Reverend, it does supply the USB cable, absolutely. So it comes with this little pouch right here, and that's what's in there. It comes with this little pouch. It has Mr. Wigglebar in it, and this cord for charging up the pickups, and some Allen wrenches for some adjusting. But you won't have to do any adjusting because it's ready to rock. Wow. That's a good song. Hi, brother. 2 questions. Are you planning to interview Gil on the podcast? I should definitely do that. And is Dylan taller than you yet? No, funny enough, we are exactly the same height. Ooh. Right? It sounds good. I'm telling you right now. All right, any last questions over there? It's getting to be about 4 o'clock. It's time to figure out what we're going to have for dinner here at Koch Residence. Don't forget that this glorious guitar is available at Wildwood Guitars. There's a link up above or below, depending on where the description for the video is, for whatever format you're watching this on. You can click and be transported to the magical world of Wildwood Guitars, where I go often and look at the guitars and get tempted to spend a little bit of cash on some sweet, sweet guitars. On some sweet, sweet guitars. They are very stable. Old Trevor Wilkinson knows what he's doing. I'm going to tell you that right now. And that's what kind of bridge is on this guitar. Fishman Fluence single width pickups. The locking tuners that Reverend uses. It's just a fantastic guitar. I think it's important to feast, Jeff. Am I right? You must feast. Locking tuners, absolutely. Am I using any pedals? When I was doing the Looper Jam, I was using my Gristle King pedal for clean boost and for overdrive. But when I was just messing around here, I was using the gain stages on the amp. So I'll give you an example. So this is just straight clean channel on the amp. That's the clean boost on the pedal. Overdrive. Okay, now here is the clean sound. Overdrive sound on the amp. Overdrive boost. And then the OTS on top of that. So they both have their charms. All right, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today is Thursday. Don't forget, Dylan and I are doing a live stream, well, tomorrow for Fishman at 4 o'clock, but then on a website called together.com, the number 2, GTHR.co on Saturday night at 5 p.m. Central Time. You go to that website, you log on in. There's a bunch of great content on that site, and we do a thing where we do like a question and answer thing. We play some. We play just straight jams. You can ask us about whatever, and we can actually bring you on the screen. It has this ability that once you're logged in, we can bring you on like a Zoom call. And sometimes it's fun to see what you crazy kids look like. And also we could put a face to the name. And that's kind of fun. My wife's like, some people don't want that. I'm like, yeah, but other people do. Yeah, other people do. I went a little Wisconsin there, right there. Other people do. Actually, that's not the way they talk here. I don't even know. I'm not from around here. Well, actually, I was born and raised here, but not from around here, really. We'll see you, Steve Karras. I'll see you there. Before the Tweed Koch comes out, will you demo it again? I absolutely will, Ray. I just, also when it comes time to do these live streams, and we do a quick sound check, we make sure everything's working, and then all of a sudden I remember, it'd be fun to play that other amp, but I would have to have it mic'd up, and I will, though, soon, without fail. Okay? Can you dig it? Will you dig it? Or can you dig it? Will you dig it? But diddle it. Be very good at Greg. Follow me on Facebook. Oh, you know what, Alan? I'll see what I can do about that, doggone it. Alan. I'll plan on being there. I'll be like family. Yeah, I can dig it. Thanks, folks. We'll see you later. There's some delicious food being prepared in Koch residence. I can smell. I think we're having a chicken tortilla soup tonight. Delicious. That'll warm your cockles on a winter's day. All righty then. We'll see you later.